Hi, welcome to the Press Pod, episode 2. I am with a special guest.
I'm Griffin Davis.
He is Prefect of School Spirit, head of Walking Club. Is that what you call that?
Yeah.
And a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Very busy man.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me first about the founding of Walking Club.
So, I'm not the original founder of Walking Club. Walking Club existed I guess it was sophomore year. It was made by Griffin Jackson, and originally it wasn't as a committed of a club as it is now. They weren't very committed to walking, but the idea was there. But then after Griffin Jackson left, it kind of fell away, and then me and Court Casey, the vice president, have been talking about it. We tried to get it up last year, but it's just getting a club up was very complicated, and the system has kept changing, so we didn't really know what to do. But this year we've started it, and we've embraced it and just let that legacy of Griffin Jackson and the Walking Club live on.
That's great.
Yeah.
So this year the Walking Club has become bigger than ever with Walking Facts of the Week, Walkers of the Week, Walkers of the Month.
Yeah.
And an Instagram account?
Oh, yeah. There's an Instagram account.
Can you talk about those improvements?
So, basically, I've been trying to, include more people and build more hype around the Walking Club.
Yeah.
So, of course, the idea came after I saw one of your recycling club emails for the recycling fact of the week, and I just thought, it'd be really funny if I just made a Walking Club of the week for Walking Club.
Yeah.
And then I think the first one was something really stupid. It was basically just a unit conversion from miles to kilometers. It was if you walk blank miles, you walk blank kilometers. And we just thought it was so funny because it's just not even a fact in the slightest.
Yeah.
And then we just went off of that, making obviously, at heart, it's kind of, well, not at heart. Obviously, it's kind of like a joke. It's kind of satire.
Yeah.
Because, we're really, expounding on the importance of walking and stuff. And, if you've seen the emails, if you've seen the Instagram posts, it's that stuff actually isn't happening, you know?
Yeah.
But a lot of it's really fun. But really, it's also a good way to help, highlight some of our community members and help people be more seen, you know?
Yeah.
It helps us to highlight underclassmen and give them a little bit of fame as a Walker of the Week or Walk of the Month is. It helps them be noticed. Yeah.
So how would you say the Walking Club community has grown?
Oh, it's grown a lot. I hear people talking about Walking Club. Whenever I see Gant, I'll just go up to him. Well, Braden Gant, everyone in club calls him Gant. I'll just go up to him and be like, "Oh, yo, it's Gant, former Walker of the Week." Connor Wood, back when he was the crowned Walker of the Month back last month, I was like, "Yo, is that the Walker of the Month?" Every time I've seen him. Yeah. And it's really helped me as well as other people build those cross-grade connections and help connect with the underclassmen. So, yeah.
That's really cool. So what is the average Walking Club meeting? Tell me about what happens.
So basically, we all just go to the classroom, they get attendance, and then we just go walk. Yeah, and it's great because we can just it's really just a time to de-stress and just be able to hang out with friends and enjoy nature. Yeah. Go walk around in the woods and just talk and hang out with your friends instead of, because this school, we're so highly academically focused, and so everything's just so on all the time, and it really gives us an opportunity to get outside of that space and just relax and hang out with other people. So yeah,
that's super cool. So who will lead Walking Club after Court Casey graduates?
After Court Casey graduates,
or is there gonna be another person to join him next year?
Yeah, so right now our plan is Court Casey, of course, as the vice president. He's taking over as the president next year. And then I've basically said that he'll be allowed to pick the best walker in Walking Club.
Yeah.
Of course, that's got to be what it is.
Of course.
And then they'll become the vice president next year, and then once Court Casey's gone, they'll become the president. So it's looking really good for Gant and Chance right now, but I don't know, Court's kind of biased towards Connell a little bit, so it might be a sleeper pick.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Nepo.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about what you've been doing as a Cypress house leader.
Okay, so at the beginning of the year, we were really focused on, that first house day where we went out to the spots in the woods. We were really focused on building, like, community with that house day and building, like, the house community, like, each individual house with, like, the new spots in the woods. We worked really hard to get those ready. And with the many traditions for houses, like, we had a knighting ceremony with the Sword of Cyprus, and that was pretty great. And then after that, I shifted, and along with, like, since I'm a house leader and I'm also, like, the Prefect of School Spirit, I'm kind of doubly tied to this idea that me and Corinne have been working on really hard.
Yeah.
With trying to, like, give out house points to, like, award people showing up to sporting events, the art show, choir and band concerts, and just get more student involvement. And so we've drawn out a very complex and confusing system to just award house points for people showing up to cheer on their classmates and for being involved in different activities. And that's been really fun. And I think it'll be really great for our community because it will award, like, what a St. George's student is supposed to be, which is, like, involved in tons of stuff and supportive of everyone, highly academic. And we're just trying to use the house system to promote some of those values.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Totally. Have you seen an increase in, like, attendance to games because of that?
I mean, we haven't really been taking note, but we've seen increase to games, especially, like, we started weighting some of the lesser shown up to. That's awful grammar.
Yeah.
What could I say for that?
Yeah.
Some of the less attended events.
You want to re-say the whole thing?
Yeah. We've been trying to award showing up to the less attended events, such as, like, we had triple house points at cross country, and that got at the Frank Horton, that got a lot of people to show up. And we did that last night at swim, but it was kind of a last minute thing. But we're going to continue to, like, try to get people to show up to the less attended events and help support those teams and, I guess, cast members for plays and stuff that feel less seen.
Yeah.
And so we've definitely seen an increase in that, though everyone that's going to go to the football game is going to the football game not for the house points.
Yeah.
But that also still gets, like, the house more thought of in everyday school activities. So, yeah.
Totally. So you might have already talked about this. If so, it's okay to pass it. But, like, what have you been doing as Prefect of School Spirit this year? And what are your plans?
Yeah, so what I've been doing this year is I've been working a lot to try to get people again to those less attended events, and to just have school spirit not only for the football, the basketball, the baseball, those games, but, like, cross country, wrestling, water polo, swim, girls sports in general. And yeah, that's been my main goal. But then also, like, of course, not everyone, but most people are going to show up to the football game. And as everyone's seen, our football team wasn't amazing this year. So me along with the other bleacher creatures, mainly Bo, Colby, is the main ones I work with personally. We've been trying to, like, get people excited, even if at football we know we're probably not going to have the greatest season. We can still, like, have tons of fun at the games. And I think we have had tons of fun at those games.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. So you were posted as an impact player for Champions of Literacy. Do you want to talk about, like, how you got involved with that?
Okay, so basically, well, throughout all my life, I've been, like, an athlete, and I've also been, like, highly academic, love reading. I had to be grounded from reading books when I was a kid, and yeah, I read all the time. And of course, I'm a wrestler and a lacrosse player. I used to play football. I've been really big into academics. And what I'm trying to do as being an impact player for Champions for Literacy is both fundraise to help children in our Memphis community have better access to literacy and to books, and also to like create awareness and let children know that it's cool to read, that like you can be both an athlete and highly academic and a big reader, and it's not only possible to do that, but it's also like admirable to combine those like two great things together. And so, sorry, I've kind of been yapping, but back to this story of how I found this opportunity. So I didn't even know about it until I was at like, we had a prefect meeting the summer before school started. And then Luke Pruitt, Mr. Pruitt, just pulled me aside and was like, hey, I've got a great idea for you that I think would be great for you. And I want to talk to you after this. So after that, he told me, I didn't really understand what it was, but it sounded very intriguing because Mr. Pruitt is very good friends with like the person who runs the nonprofit, and they had been looking to bring it into St. George's. And then Mr. Pruitt said that he was like, I got the guy for you. And then it was me. And then I talked to Mr. Pruitt about it. I talked to the people that run it, and we've just been going from there. And I'm starting my campaign. Well, I've just started my campaign, and we're going to start posting and sending out emails to try to raise funds through my athletics. So yeah, that's going to be great.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So sophomore year, you developed a musical artist persona, Young Ra. That went into junior year. Are you going to pick it back up senior year?
Oh, so I'm a very busy person.
Yes.
I don't know if I have time because I didn't have I was hoping to get another like 3 songs last summer, but I was just so caught up in everything I didn't have time to really get into it. And I probably won't have time this year, but things look good for this coming summer after senior year.
Yeah.
I'll have a lot of free time, so might get a few songs, might even get a whole album. We'll just have to see.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So like what did you most love about making music like that?
I mean, the thing that I loved the most was because it kind of became like a joke with my friends, and it really helped me find kind of a thing to talk about with other people.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, of course they're like laughing at me because it's like awful music.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but it's not very good. And that's just was pretty funny to me, and it was good to kind of be like get attention in that way and get laughs from other people. So yeah.
I remember a certain concert that went
kind
of
of
crazy.
It was a concert.
So Griffin, how did you come up with the name of Young Ra?
So on a way to a wrestling tournament, I was in the car with Jack and Gavin, and we started coming up with like rap names for like ancient things. We had like King Khan, named after Genghis Khan. We had like, I think it was Caesar, but the S was a money sign. And then I came up with Young Ra, and then it just stuck because like we live in Memphis, and then like there's also a Memphis in Egypt, you know?
That's true.
So that was the big connection. And then like Young Ra is like the god of the sun, and so I just went with that. And well, not Young Ra is the god of the sun. Ra, the Egyptian god of Ra, is the god of the sun. So I just kind of went with that, took up the name of Young Ra, and I really liked it. So yeah.
Very cool. The rest of this interview is going to be fun questions, completely opinion. So what do you have?
So my first question is like people's personality types. People can often assign it to like an animal or something. But one that I found really fun is what personality would that give like you a superpower? Like what superpower would someone have based on their personality? And I thought it'd be really fun to do that with some of the St. George's teachers. Yeah. So like one I thought of was like Coach Gorham would be able to like control plants because he's just so like into nature and is always out in the woods. So
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So you're like talking about like quick growth of plants.
Yeah.
Or like I make a vine go out or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. I agree with that one, honestly. Yeah. I think he just seems like that kind of person.
Yeah.
What else do you have?
And then, like, what Mr. Pruitt, you get how he's, like, so energetic and he seems to be, like, everywhere at once. He's always at a game. It seems to me like he has, like, super speed. because he's just everywhere, you know?
I mean, that feels like current, but I feel like based on the personality, he'd have something to do with like lightning.
Oh,
like a Zeus, you know?
Yeah.
But not like living in Olympia, but like controlling lightning or something cool like that. Or maybe electricity.
Just because he's so like energetic of a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he'll like zap things. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, so for Mr. Dumser, I feel like a lot of people would think he'd be like music because he's so into music. He's the choir teacher and all.
Mm-hmm.
But something about him to me screams like ninja. I don't know why. I feel like he'd just be like, you know, like, do you know Daredevil?
No.
Well, so basically there's some superheroes that don't have like a power.
Yeah.
But they basically just have like heightened speed, strength, agility. I feel like that'd be Mr. Dumser.
Okay.
He's just like a ninja and will sneak around and like fight with his bare hands, you know?
Yeah. I could see him be someone who could like read minds or something. Yeah. And like that would make him a good composer.
That's true.
Yeah, if he knows where's everyone's at.
You know who I think could read minds? I think Miss McMullen could read minds. Cause you know I feel like just the math she taught AP psychology last year. Mm-hmm. I feel like she's just a very smart person, so I think that just go into her being like psychic or something.
That's true. That's true. I could see her having like, I don't know, maybe like super speed or something. Can't really explain it.
Huh.
I feel like she would be super quick.
Yeah. Interesting. Oh, I got a really good one.
Yeah?
You know Coach Wicker? Like
yeah.
Coach Nick Wicker?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he could like make ice out of his hands.
That seems really random.
No, but like just think about it. He's just like, I don't know, he's like a chill person and he's just like, I don't know why, but it just feels right.
Yeah. I can kind of see it.
Yeah.
But like the ice person that I'm always going to think of is Frozone or whatever.
Oh yeah, Frozone. Where's my super
That's a very different personality.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
What other teachers?
Oh, I got a good one. I think Mr. Gafford could turn into animals. You know, he's like a avid bird watcher. I could just see him like transforming into different birds and like flying away.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or like talking to animals.
Oh, or like talking to animals too. Yeah. Definitely.
What's your like favorite superpower if you could choose one?
If I could choose, well, as a kid I grew up loving the Flash. That'd be amazing, but at some point that's just got to get like a little bit boring because you're always living, because like talking to other people you have to live like so much slower than you could. So something I think would be really cool is like be able to clone myself and then like merge back together.
Dang.
Yeah. And like think of all the stuff you could get done with like multiple versions
That's so
of yourself.
you. Be so productive.
Yeah.
Each clone goes to a different like opportunity.
Well then I could have some clones just chilling too.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I agree.
Yeah.
I would probably like want to be able to teleport.
Teleport, yeah.
I wouldn't want to be able to like read minds. I feel like there's a lot of negative consequences from a lot of superpowers, and like that one's one where I can't really see a con because like I don't have to, but like I could be in Italy right now.
Yeah. Would you be able to like teleport other things with you or just yourself?
Other things with me.
Yeah. So like
if it's just myself, then that like kind of sucks.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. But I don't know how that works. The logistics are kind of all over the place.
But no, that'd be a really fun one.
Yeah. So who do you think is the most dominant athlete of all time?
So most people, they think of the basketball players, think of Kobe, LeBron, might think of like Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady, but really the true most dominant athlete of all time, I'm going to have to go with Joey Chestnut.
And who is this? So
Joey Chestnut is a competitive eater. He's competed in many Nathan's hot dog eating contests over the years. He has won 16 of the last 17 Nathan's hot dog competitions, except for this past one where he couldn't compete because of his deal with like vegan hot dogs wouldn't let him eat the meat hot dogs.
Yeah.
And yeah, so 16 of the last 17. So that's just a very dominating performance. That's more years with basically a world championship than any other athlete in any sport ever.
Yeah.
And he ate 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes. And
that's crazy.
Here, let me find who the second closest is.
Well, how well known is Nathan's hot dog?
Well, it's the biggest competitive eating challenge competition in the world. There's tons of people. It's been going on for a very long time.
Yeah.
Very highly competitive. There's a recent Netflix live of Joey Chestnut going against Kobayashi in a hot dog eating challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Chestnut demolished him. Even though Kobayashi is known as like the second greatest hot dog eater of all time, Chestnut just absolutely destroyed him because he's the most dominant athlete of all time. Of course he's going to destroy him.
Okay.
So 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
So you think this is an athletic event?
Yeah.
Eating competitively.
Yeah. Because like athletic event is anything in which causes like physical strain and in which there could be like a clear winner. And if you see these people eating, there's definitely physical strain and there's definitely a skill to it because I don't know if I could eat 10 hot dogs in 10 minutes and Joey Chestnut's over here eating 83. So I think it's a very impressive feat.
But would you say it's a sport?
Oh, I definitely think it's a sport.
Would you say cheerleading's a sport?
Yeah. Well, competitive cheerleading?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because it has to have a...
Because it has to have a winner.
Yeah. So would you say dance is a sport?
If it's competitive, yeah.
Okay.
Chess?
That checks out.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Do you think it should be in the Olympics?
You see, I think there's a lot of sports that deserve to be in the Olympics sooner than that.
That's fair.
Like lacrosse is entering in the Olympics soon, but in a different format. And I think there's a lot of good sports that haven't yet made their way into the Olympics. And competitive eating, it's on a lower level than some of those sports, but it's still a sport. And also, would it really be that fun to watch if Joey Chestnut's gonna get first every single time? Because he's the most dominant athlete.
So is your argument that he is the most dominant in his field, so he's better than all other people in that arena?
Well, I'm saying that if you compare his skill compared to all other people in competitive eating, or all other people in that arena, there's like a larger skill gap than any one person in any other sport.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that, of course, if he played basketball against LeBron, he's going to lose.
Of course.
I'm just saying in his area, he is way more advanced than any other athletes in their area.
Do you think that could be an issue of commitment for the other people?
For the other hot dog eaters?
Yes.
I don't think so because, like, I'm pretty sure the reason why, like, Kobayashi... The only reason why he's able to come close to Joey Chestnut is because he has, like, a medical condition where his stomach is literally, like, under his rib cage, so it can literally expand farther than any other human stomach. So I think a lot of it isn't just commitment, but it's also, like, natural ability.
Yeah.
And, of course, there's tons of training put into it with, like, jaw exercises and tongue exercises, but, yeah.
Well, that's crazy. If you agree, put it in the comments. If you disagree, let us know your arguments.
But you're going to be wrong.
Okay, thank you, Griffin, for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
Anything you want to say to the people?
Joey Chestnut is the most dominant athlete of all time.
Dang, you heard it here first. Bye.
Yeah.
Check out the next episode. There's going to be another special guest.
Oh, is it Mr. Pruitt again?
I don't know.